So, Dr. Amin, in your book, you have sought to find a middle ground between the interfaith partners, meaning you've suggested meeting each other halfway. At first, I thought, why even halfway? You know, why not either bring them fully 100% this side or just end it there? Because the partner, you said, the Hindu kid or the Hindu parents are naive. I agree. But when they have been in love for anywhere between 1 to 10 years, and when the Hindu kid is brought to a point where he or she has to sign the agreement, and when the prenup agreement is in front of his or her eyes, at least at that point, it should be a wake-up moment, right? So why not suggest to them that either end it or bring them over to our side 100%? Now, bringing them over to our side 100% is not possible at all, at least not for marriage. But how about suggesting to end it there? What are the dangers of making a suggestion like that?
It's a great suggestion. That why settle equality, why share, because that's not practical. They're not going to buy it into any way. So I mean, a lot of people complains they don't like my messages, it's too soft and all that. But the problem is, if you have a Hindu child who have really a lot of Hindu values installed in from childhood and really strong believer in strong footing, that person will never even fall in love with Christians and Muslim anyway. So I mean, it will not reach to this day. Problem is, most of the Hindu kids, they are so open-minded, so wishy-washy, probably never did any puja or visited a mandir in last 1 year. Even many times their own parents are saying, oh, you know, these pandits, they are all danga karte hai, aise waise. I mean, they make so many negative comments about it. So, I mean, they don't have any pride saying, I'm Hindu anyway. So when they go to college, and in college, all those very secular, open-minded, anti-Hindu talking kids, they are the one who got most hooked by this love jihadis, Christian or Muslim, because they realize that this is a good person to knock it down, because that person is so open-minded, and we can bring it back to our fold. So these are the kids, when they are the one who reach out to me, some 1,200 of them, like, and all of them are same boat. And plus they are in love for 1 to 10 years. And you know, when you are in love for such a long time, it's not easy to just give up oh yeah, okay, turn the switch off, I'm no more in love. So there is so much commitment. So it's very difficult to convince them to give up the love. And forget about asking them to convert to Hinduism because they themselves are not proud being Hindu. So instead of that, if you present it this way, equality, that something sits in their mind. Other thing really works well is I always bring up the legal point of views, that if you converted, let's say you converted, and then you are going to honeymoon, there is a car accident and you are no more. So your dead body is sitting there. Hindu parents are ready to give a final rites. And then Muslim party will come back and says, wait, the party has converted to Islam just yesterday. So that's not a Hindu anymore. You cannot give Hindu final rites. It should be Islam. So you'll be put on the grave, not in the way you may want to go. So point is, it has many legal consequences, including 10 years down the road, you have a child custody battle between who will get, because marriage did not work out, you are in divorce situation. If you converted, or if you sign this prenuptial agreement, you are again a loser. You will not see your own children. And what is there Hindu has to gain by converting? Nothing, nothing. But if you present it the way I am presenting, start with the equality. So it sits in their mind, and then slowly let them go at their own pace. You don't need the answer right away. You will get the answer in 3-6 months. And when you talk about present, once you install the equality in Hindu's mind, And as soon as they go start discussing, that's the place Hindu get alarmed that, my God, this guy is not looking for equality. He wants me 100% their way. And they are so irrational, intolerant to what we are. So what I'm saying is give room to the person who is in love for such a long time and let them make a decision on their own. So this is just a starting point. I'm just putting the seeds in their mind. So let the tree grow. It takes 3-4 months to set in what you are trying to do. So equality is a way to find out if the other party is acceptable or not. Equality is something easy to market, because if you tell them, convert them to Hinduism, your own child will fight against you. How can you do that? You are being too irrational. So this is the way to convince to most moderate, secular, open-minded atheists and Hindu kids what you're talking about. So that's my strategy.
Okay, so has it worked?
Yes. It takes many different things at different cases. I must have stopped at least 50 conversions, if not 500 conversions. There was one very interesting case. The girl was in love with a Muslim boy. And I says, what if you have a talaq? This Muslim boy, he will never give me talaq, not in this life. He's so nice and all that. And I keep on saying, have you read Quran? He says, I talked to him about Quran and he explained me good things. I said, no, I want to ask you to. She will not budge me. And it went on something 3 or 4 months that she was a Brahmin girl. 3 or 4 months, she will not listen to me anything. But I was happy that at least she keeps on coming back. I said, no problem. So far you keep. One time she says, I actually met her sister. I said, wow, that's great. Why don't you ask the boy, Muslim boy, that you are in love with a Hindu girl and you are very open-minded Muslim. That's why you are even ready to marry a Hindu. Why don't you ask your boyfriend that if your daughter, your sister is in love with one of the Hindu I know, how you would deal? You are open-minded, right? You know what Muslim that boyfriend says? I will kill my sister. If she fall in love with a Hindu boy, I will kill her. Right away it opened her mind. Wait. Here you are telling me I'm open-minded. You are open-minded, and because you are loving a Hindu, if your sister loves a Hindu, you will kill her. That day, right on the spot, she says, that's it. You are crazy. You are irrational, illogical, and you fool me. Hell with it. On one day, it did not took her more than 1 second to make that decision.
How long had she been in love with up until that point?
Almost 3 to 4 years.
And this question never came to her mind?
Nope.
That she should ask her boyfriend this question?
Nope. Problem is they tell and the other party explains something nice way, and then they says, yeah, okay, that makes sense. There was one other Aditi girl I was talking to. She was actually, she did not believe what she says, but you have this 4 wives system. And somehow that guy explained her that, in Hindus, they go and fool around with other girls, versus in Islam, we don't do it. We protect our girls. And even if you marry more, we take. So, she got convinced. She says, wow, maybe it's making sense. And point is, when you are in love and when you are sitting on your own corner, when you are holding hands, estrogen, sex steroids are going so high, sometimes it just blind you. Love is blind. That's why it says, when you are in love, don't listen to what boy says. Go meet his parents, her parents. Go meet their imam and find it out what are the truth. You're not going to find truth in college, sitting with the boyfriend, girlfriend. Truth will come out only when you go and reach out to their community. That's why I said, when your son or daughter, the day when you hear, Mom, I'm in love with Jennifer, what you do is give them 3-4 months time period. And you reach out inside their imam and all those relatives and everything, and find out the facts. And when you have all those facts in front of you, and then you can talk to your son or daughter, this is the reality. Can you leave? You know what I always tell them, that, okay, you are in love with that Muslim boy or a Christian boy. Why don't you go to his neighborhood at 9 o'clock at night park your scooter there and just wait 2 hours. Just wait there 2 hours because you're going to marry and you're going to spend your whole life there. So just spend 9 p.m. till 11 p.m., 2 hours in this neighborhood. Girl says, no, no, I cannot go there. I get scared in that neighborhood. I say, you are scared to even visit that neighborhood. And here you want to marry and spend your whole life there? So it's a variety of things it takes to convince different youths.
You said love is blind, right? But I see that the love does not blind the Abrahamic partner, the Muslim or the Christian partner. They are wide awake the whole time.
They are wide awake. You said it very right. It's only Hindus are blind. Abrahamic are not. They clearly know you have to convert it, and there is no way buts and ifs about it. So they are not blind.
This would be digressing from the point, but since it is something that I can bring up to educate the parents that are watching this show, do you see the problem here? The Muslim or the Christian partner is wide awake, not blinded by love, by nothing, blinded by nothing. And all through they have this on the mind. They're very, very clear about it, that if they get married their way. When they have children, they will raise the children in their ways. So the thing to learn here is the difference. So what is the difference? The difference is in the upbringing. Would you agree with that, Dr. Amin?
Sure. Yep. We need to upbringing Hindus, not only teaching them the fundamentals of Hinduism, but also which teach them about Christianity and Islam and other faiths. Another major mistake Hindu parents makes it, all of the Hindu parents, they always assume that my son or daughter will never marry outside our faith. Never. And they are so confident about it, so they don't even think other side. I say do exactly opposite. Always assume when you send your son or daughter to college, assume that your daughter is going to marry some Christian or Muslim. So if you prepare, then start preparing your son or daughter from age 10 till 16, 17, 18 when they go to college, and prepare them. This will happen. These things put on the real life situation. So when they go to college on their own, they are already prepared for. It's like a COVID vaccine. Give them the injections of vaccine. Prepare them well. So when they get infected, either their infection is milder, or they may not have any issues and they can walk out of this issue right away. So teaching only Hinduism, first of all, very important to teach Hinduism, make a solid foundation. And on top of it, also teach about Abrahamic faiths. And that way you prepare them well for interfaith marriages.
Exactly. I mean, ingrain in their brains, indoctrinate, brainwash, do whatever it takes before they come to that point, before they even get into teenage. So catch them young. That's what I always say. That's exactly what the Christian is doing through Sunday school classes. That's exactly what Muslims are doing.
That's this time.
So, I mean, Christian and Muslim parents. So what stops a Hindu parent from doing that? Warn them against.
One thing is you can only teach your children at home only so much. You need to send your son or daughter to formal Hindu schools. In America, we have Sunday schools. And invariably we take, I was a president of one Balvihar. I started another Balvihar. Balvihar is a Sunday schools. And we gave them formal educations properly by not parents, by somebody else. And it is very vital to have that formal educations for maybe at least 2-3 years in their life, where some guru or some parents teach them formally about Hinduism. So Hindus must have a good foundation. What I have found invariably, that if you ask any Hindu and give them 1 minute, explain me who is God, invariably they will not be able to explain what God is, why you have so many swarups, what are the fundamental teaching of Hinduism. I mean, they are so naive. So when they go to college, invariably the Christians and Muslims, when they are sitting, I mean, they make just fun of them. You don't know what you are. Look, we have such a wonderful things to offer. And that's where Hindu kids get impressed by that. Wow, he's explaining so well. Yeah. The other thing we need to do is our our mandirs system is not efficient for today's youth. For example, you go to mandir, do some puja, aarti, and just walk away on your own. And 10 years old, he says, yeah, put the full here, put the water here. What I'm doing it? Should keep quiet. And then you are done. We need to, instead of doing rituals, Hindus need to spend more time teaching what that meaning, what are the deeper meaning. It should be more communications, discussion, intellectual discussions on religion. And that's what, if you have done it, install in child's mind, when they go to college, they can defend themselves well, and they will not get into these loud jihadi traps.
So I've heard an interview of yours where, with Rajiv ji, and Rajiv ji was suggesting to give the poison pill. So why didn't you just steer towards administering the poison pill instead of trying to find equality and trying to get them to respect our kids?
So you're very right. Rajiv ji gave really beautiful golden rule. He says, give them the poison pill. What is he saying in that interview I said about this equality and all that? He says, why you are worrying about what are the Abrahamic requirements and thinking process and all that? How about me? I will do rituals. I will go to mandir and I will teach kids from Gita and all that. You will have to come to our mandirs, and why don't you convert to us rather than we convert to you? Meaning, just start exactly this harsh way or the truth way, meaning that this is what we are, and instead of we try to accommodate you, you try to accommodate us, which is a very fair advance. But unfortunately, all the youths I deal with it, they are probably not even proud telling themselves, I'm a Hindu even. And probably they call themselves more proud calling I'm an secular, atheist, open-minded, pluralist, something like that. And probably they never visited mandir or never did puja in last year anyway. So, I mean, if asking them to, that poison pill, even they don't believe in, how can they ask somebody else do it? And that's why my message of equality, that's something sits better in this mind. So again, repeating, whatever Rajiji says is so beautiful, so true. And we need to apply it wherever it is necessary. And wherever that doesn't work, then you should play with this equality strategy, what I'm proposing. So whatever works, we need to make sure the child don't get trapped with the wrong person.
Even before the child goes out into the real world, into college phase and falls in love. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that is correct. Before they go to college, we have to really prepare youths that what kind of, assume that they will marry interfaith. And so that way you can prepare them. So when they go to college, they get well prepared. Again, even after doing all those things, if that day come that I'm in love with Jennifer Muhammad, then I give you the other strategy that just play the game. Just say something you never believe, thing, and try to find out the facts. Bottom line for all those things, with all intellectuals will work, is that education is the key. Education in all respect. You need to know your own religion. You need to know who you are. You need to know about Christians and Muslims, this intolerance teachings and conversions and love jihadi techniques. And different situations that they're asking for conversion. What does the conversion means? This skip generation baptism. You go to the church website and you will find it out. It's right on their website that, this document is sitting there. So if your daughter is in love with a Christian, I highly recommend to parents that, okay, your daughter is in love with a Christian. Which denomination that Christians are? This is, I don't know. They are Christians. There are 36,000 denominations of Christians. So, I mean, and I always tell that, just go on your own to whatever the church that son or your daughters, whoever is in love with that, go meet that pastor or priest and sit down one-to-one and say, my daughter is in love with one of the somebody from your church. Tell me more. They are very honest. They tell you upfront, these are our requirements. They show you these forms and they will tell you everything. So collect all those facts. So if you are well educated, you know exactly where you are going to, and then go and talk to your son and daughter. This is, we talk to, it's very interesting. Right now I'm consulting one lady in Texas area. Her daughter is marrying to a Christian guy. And actually I met both couple too for consultation reason. And I told them that this prenuptial will come up, conversion will come up. So now they find out that there will not be any conversion. Now they says this, they found out some other church will not do this prenuptial agreement. I say, is that right? Can you get me the name of the priest? So they gave me the name of the priest. I search in Google and call up the priest directly from here. And I says, is it true? I learned it that you don't ask for prenuptial agreement. He says, nope, that's not true. If you want a wedding in my church, I must have these things. So I took it and passed it to the parents, that this is what priest says. Take those both boys with those priests. All four of you sit down and discuss what is the fact. Up front, priest is sitting right there. Tell us what is the fact. So point is, Hindus should not be shy reaching out to imam, to their mosque or church, and go and ask them. They will tell you upfront. They are not shy. They are not, they don't feel they are doing anything wrong. They are not doing anything wrong anyway. So they will tell you, this is our requirement. And many times actually, the St. Jairus example I gave you, where he showed me drawer full of all those documents, priest stamped and Hindu's kid's photo. And why he was showing me? I mean, that's his confidential information. I mean, why would he tell me? But he was bragging about it. I mean, he was so proud about it that look, so many Hindus. I mean, all of them convert. Nobody has any problem converting. And he showed me the drawer full of it. I mean, he was so, I mean, point is, Hindus have messed up over the last 1,000 years. They were in that slavery mode that because these Christians and Muslims, they are some high class, so let's submit to them, convert them because that's the requirement. Unfortunately, even after independence, today's youth, they are no different. They are so submissive. Oh, that boy is a Christian, he has his own requirement. I said, but how about your requirement? So why Indian youths don't have this spirit of independence, freedom, liberty, equality really installed in their mind? Why when it comes to Christian church, they become so submissive? Why they feel inferiority dealing with the church? Why they think this pastor is some big godly person and we cannot talk against them? You're not talking against them. You are just collecting facts. So Hindu psychology is still that 1,000 years of submissiveness. Nothing has changed. I hope they will change that.
So Dr. Amin, with this message of share and respect, where are you going? Where are you seeking to go?
I have only one objective. And that is this expectation of religious conversion for marriage is wrong. Simple reason. You two people, beautiful people, are in love. So be it. Get married. Why are you bringing religion in between two of you? Now, this concept of religious conversion is a strange, new to Hindus, Dharmic, the Christian, these Jains, Buddhists, Sikhs and Hindus, Dharmics, they don't ask for conversion to each other. It's all those Middle Eastern people who came, Christians and Muslims. They are the one who are bringing this conversion. Why they are asking for conversions? Because their scriptures are so intolerant to Hindus' practices. And further, the scriptures clearly tells not to have the interfaith marriage. You cannot have interfaith marriage. So if the scriptures are telling not to interfaith marriage, why they fall in love with Hindu to begin with? And the reason they fall in love, because they know they can fix it by converting the Hindu to their own religion. And when they convert somebody from a Hindu fold to their, I mean, it's they go to heaven, because they converted one Hindu idol worshipper to real religion, that is Christianity. So again, bottom line is I came with one message, one goal, and that is this expectations of religious conversion for marriage is wrong. Along with that, added this skip generation religious conversion is also wrong. And at the third point, and very important, two couples, two faiths you marry, you should be ready to raise the children in two faiths. As soon as you tell Christians or Muslims that I want to raise children in two faiths, right away they say, nope, child will get confused. Why child will get confused? I have seen so many Jains, Hindu marriages in my schools. There were so many, and they're not confused. They're wonderful people. They raise wonderfully. The best example is Barack Hussein Obama, America's prior president. His father was Muslim, mother was Christian. He was raised by both or whatever. And at age 22 in college, he decided that he wants to be whatever he wants to be on his own terms. So that's what I'm saying. The child of interfaith religion, interfaith marriage, should have option to be raised in two faiths. Teach from Gita as well as Quran, Bible and Gita, both of them. Take them to mandir and mosque, mandir and church. If this term is not acceptable to the other party, too bad. Why you got in love to begin with? Walk away from it. So again, repeating, expectations of religious conversion practice has been going on for 1,000 years. Because Hindus are converting, that's why they keep on asking for it. I hope today onward, everybody learns, nope, we will not convert. This is the end of it. And that's what I'm dreaming for.
Is there a prenup that the Hindu partner puts in front of the Abrahamic partner?
It's an excellent idea. It is now time we need to also learn Abrahamic tricks. As a matter of fact, on my website, I have already a prenuptial prepared for Hindus, that we will have a Hindu wedding where we'll have multiple gods and goddesses will invoke them. You will come to these things. We will take our children to mandirs. We will have Hindu children, will have a Hindu names, and everything we document, you get it notarized and ask the Abrahamic party to sign for it. This document will really tremendously help in case if there is a divorce in the future. And most importantly, if that Abrahamic partner or family is irrational, intolerance, love jihadi, they will walk away anyway. And if they are nice people, they will not have any problem signing it. So yes, it is about time Hindus should start asking for a prenuptial agreement. It is already prepared. On YouTube, I will put it on the link here for those who wants to see it.
So that brings us to an end of this conversation. But thank you very much for the work that you are doing. And I wish you all the best. And I hope that your goal of finding that middle ground, if not bringing them 100% to our side, works well. Thank you so much, Dr. Amin.
Thank you very much. It was a really honor talking to you. I hope Indians, Hindus will change one request I'm making, and this religious conversion for marriage practices. It's irrational, illogical. Let's put it end to it. Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you all for watching. Namaste.